But I feel like Phoebe's wanting to talk to Sydney is not genuine. It's not.
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with you, don't know how to deal with me. Done fucking with you, don't know how to love me.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sharon if you are new. So today we are going to be reviewing Love Island USA episode 23. Let's just get into it. So I'm sipping on some Red Bull because I need energy. I'm about to go out with my best friend and I need this to get me through, okay? That's another thing. I can't really be before you long because I got to go. But let's dive right in. It's a lot of things in this episode that happened. But the main things that I want to talk about are Sydney and Isaiah, of course. Isaiah and Phoebe, of course. Phoebe. Zeta and Timmy, of course. Deb and Jesse. Like, I'm really just going to talk about, like, the main, like, most important things that happened in this episode because, like I said, I am a little bit pressed for time. Is that what they say? I was about to say crunched for time. That's not a saying. I'm pressed for time. In this episode, Zeta and Courtney basically talked to Sydney to, like, I guess they wanted her to realize, like, it's not over for real until you make that final decision to cut it off. So if you still have some interest in him and you still want to get to know him, then don't cut it off. Go talk to him and still, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I guess they was basically trying to tell her to wait it out. But then it'll be so bad for her if she waited out to see, like, what's up. And then he chooses Phoebe. Ooh, right? Like, that would just kind of be like, ooh. But, like, she'll never know until she know. In this episode, when Deb and Jesse had their chat, I was like, wow. Like, I really liked them together. And hopefully this was what they needed to be stronger and better. And for Jesse to keep his head on right. And for them to really, like, learn how to be more affectionate towards each other. Because it seems like, at least for Deb, that she wants more of that. More of that affection, that pursuit. And so hopefully Jesse can give that to her. But I loved watching them together and him expressing himself vocally, how he felt about her and all of that stuff. Like, that was really sweet to see. And then they kissed and I was so rooting for them to kiss. It's like, yes, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. And as we find out, Kyle left the villa for personal reasons. So I feel like it all worked out. Like, it all worked itself out. So then Sydney and Isaiah talk. And when I tell you, Phoebe looked so nervous when Isaiah pulled Sydney for a chat. She looked nervous. She was shaking in her boots. And I got some words for her because she was really getting on my nerves this episode. I mean, she always get on my nerves. But, like, more so this episode, she was really getting on my nerves. But while Sydney and Isaiah are talking, Phoebe is saying to the other girls that she starts to cry and she like, oh, I just wish that he had a little bit of consideration for me. Like, when I came into the villa, he was basically paying her no mind. And it's like, you knew what you were walking into. And even later on when he has a conversation with her, she says, like, basically the same things to him. Like, you know, you kind of just left me hanging in a sense. And then he like, but you knew what it was. And then she was like, then she said something like, you were not paying me any attention or something like that. And he was like, out of respect for Sydney. And it's like, yeah, you heard him right. Out of respect for Sydney. Like, you played yourself. You knew what you were walking into. And I hate that she trying to play the victim or cry or make it seem like, oh my God, woe is me. And it's like, you knew that they had a very strong connection. You knew that. But you was too busy plotting, scheming, and laying traps to get the man to pick you, that you, I guess, lost sight of that. But you already knew that they had a very strong connection, and you knew that. You did that. You brought this on yourself. Nobody feel bad for you. Shut up, crying. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, that was another thing that she said. She said that Isaiah, she don't want Isaiah to say in front of her that he has very strong feelings about Sydney. Miss Girl, Miss Lady, Miss Ma'am, what are you talking about? What Lord Jesus, let me calm down. Because this girl be riling up my spirit for real. I don't like her. Like, what are you talking about? How are you going to say that you don't want somebody who you knew had a very strong connection with somebody else going into the situation, that you don't want them to say that they have strong feelings for this person that you knew they had strong feelings for in front of you? You sound dumb. Congratulations, you played yourself. Sydney also said in this episode that like she felt like her and Isaiah's bond was broken. I'm guessing because he chose to recouple with Phoebe after a couple of days. And I can understand her feeling like that. I just hope that if it's what I just keep saying is like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. I definitely understand how she feel, especially this deep into their connection, like, you know, and then she was saying throughout the episode, like, I just thought that our connection was stronger. I thought our connection was this. I thought our connection was that. And then she also said that him choosing to recouple with Phoebe makes her feel like she's not good enough. And I could see how that would make somebody feel like that. It's like, you got all this over here. What you looking outside for? Huh? What you looking at? What else you need? It's all here, baby. Sorry. I'm just serious. But no, like, I just feel like I get it. But I hope that this doesn't, like, take a toll on her self-esteem. Also, in this episode, we get Jeff and Naja talking and trying to work through things. And I thought it was so funny. Jeff in his little confessionals with his scarf on. Like, hilarious. I don't know if y'all peeped through, if y'all noticed, but the black people make sure they be tying their hair up. When Sydney was there, not Sydney, Lord Jesus, what's this girl name? Serenity. When Serenity was there, like, it was just like, yes, the black people know. Tie your hair up at night, okay? Because I did not see no silk pillowcases on them beds. Yes, for the headscarf, Jeff. Like I said, we get like a lot of Jeff and Naja talking, and now I know Naja was saying to Nick that like she, I guess, tried to make herself feel like she didn't like Jeff or she wasn't interested or whatever the case may be, but now she realizes that she does like him and there is something there. And Jeff is just keeps saying like, I want to take her home to my mama, bro. And that's just so cute and so funny. And like I said, I like Jeff now. Me and Jeff are friends, okay? Just bypass anything that I said about Jeff in the beginning episodes. Chalk that up to I didn't really know him that well, but now me and Jeff are friends. Like, we're homies. Like, for real, I like Jeff. I think Jeff is funny. I think Jeff is a good dude, and I hope that if him and Naja do start working on something, that it works out, because he seems to really like her. Also, in this episode, Isaiah tells Sydney that he is going to talk to Phoebe and basically spend his time that day with Phoebe. He was going to focus all in on Phoebe, and then he probably will be able to give her a decision by the following day. I really appreciate Isaiah making sure to like check in with her and stuff like that, because I feel like when Timmy had recoupled with Bria, I don't feel like he was doing a lot of pulling Zeta to the side to like do check-ins with her and stuff like that. And I feel like that's important. So this is the last thing that I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna close out with this because I gotta go. But I feel like Phoebe's wanting to talk to Sydney is not genuine. It's not. I feel like once she got back into the villa, she thought it was going to be all good, but then she realized that Isaiah's pull towards Sydney was so strong, and that she thought she was going to come in and it was going to be her, but he still is making it a point to like show Sydney attention and all of that stuff. And so now she's feeling away. I feel like she also thought that Sydney was going to react in a different type of a way that probably would have pushed Isaiah away even further, but Sydney is handling it like a champ. And so I feel like now Phoebe feels like, oh crap, like their relationship isn't crumbling because I'm here like how I thought. Oh wow, now let me pull Sydney to the side because she's holding it all together so well. Let me pull her to the side and tell her what we did while in Casa Amor so I can break her. I feel like that's what she's trying to do. I feel like that's her intention. Sydney is holding it together. She's smiling. She coasting along. And Phoebe does not like that. Also, Phoebe sees that Isaiah and Sydney are still very much so going to be figuring it out, and she wants to dead that. So she's like, how can I do this? Let me see. I'm going to talk to Sydney and I'm going to tell her everything. I was so confused when she sat down like, do you want to hear everything? It's like, what would she need to hear? What would she need to hear from you? Because, and then she also has said behind the scenes like, oh, y'all want to talk to her because I know he didn't tell her everything. It's not genuine on her part. She is trying to get under Sydney's skin to make Sydney be the one to leave Isaiah alone. That's what she's trying to do, in my opinion. I feel like her wanting to talk to her is not genuine at all, and I do not like it. I don't appreciate it. And it looks like from the trailer for the next episode, Sydney is going to buy into it, and it's going to disrupt her spirit, and she's going to be all upset and crying and stuff, which I feel like that's what Phoebe wants. She wants you to, she want to get in your head to make it seem like they have something stronger, so you just bow out. I feel like that's what she's trying to do. Like, why would you need to talk to her to tell her what y'all did in Casa Amor? Like, why? What other reason would you have than to get in her head, get under her skin, and break them apart completely? That's what she's trying to do. So that's it for this video. Drop down in the comments and let me know what you thought of the episode. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are not subscribed, then I will catch you in the next one. Bye. It's time to go have some drinks. Bye.